Okay, my American football fans, I hear everybody talking about this fight that happened on Tuesday. From my understanding, there was no fight. Okay, yeah, I want to see the footage of this so-called fight that happened. From my understanding, this is a reporter who wants to make Manny Diaz look good. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I believe the people who I talk to who are around the program and the people that I talked to who are around the program said this so called fight didn't happen. And I'm trying to figure out how, in the era of social media, that there's not one video, not one picture of this so called big time fight that happened between younger and older players get out. Where's the video footage? Where's the photos or anything of this happening? Like, explain to me how this so-called fight between players at the University of Miami not get out. I mean, there were even pictures when we fought LSU, and that was 10, 12, 15 years ago. And we're in the era of social media where everything gets out, where nothing is hidden. Nothing is hidden. So if this was such a huge fight, then where is the evidence of this fight? That's what I want to see because I haven't saw it. I haven't seen it anywhere. So from the people who have talked to me, if they are wrong, then I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong because I believe them more than I believe just a bunch of people saying that a fight happened without anyone showing any type of proof. I haven't seen the proof. So maybe I'm just blind or I don't understand what's going on, but or maybe I just believe that this is a ploy by the University of Miami and by Manny Diaz to sit back and say that someone's fighting for me. Manny Diaz, someone is fighting for me. When you turned your back on Ed Reed, someone's fighting for you when you turned your back on a college Hall of Famer, a college NCAA 2000 champion, 2001 champion, a NFL Hall of Famer, an NFL Super Bowl winner. And Manny Diaz, what have you won? But someone is fighting for you when you turn your back on Ed Reed and walk away from him. So no, I don't believe this fight happened. I believe that what's going on at Miami right now was a bunch of bullshit. I believe that I myself picked a politician to be the head coach of Miami, and I myself regret ever asking Manny Diaz to be the head coach at the University of Miami. Right now, that's how I feel as a Hurricane fan. Can he change that? Maybe. Can I look at this video a year from now and say, Alonzo, you were wrong? No. I'm not wrong for making this video, Manny. Because you are just like your father right now. Your father sold out the fans and sold the Orange Bowl. And you are selling out the players and the fans right now. And standing on your shield as the worst Miami Hurricane football coach in the history of the University of Miami. As of right now, anything can happen. You can change what happens. You can change the course if you decide to become a man. If you decide to become a man and look yourself in the mirror, Manny, and get out of your daddy's shoes, Manny. If you decide to become a man, Manny, and say that I'm going to allow myself to learn, I'm going to allow myself to be taught, I'm going to put myself around people who are great, I'm going to surround myself around people who are great. Or maybe you're just going to always be Manny Diaz Jr., little boy who went to Florida State because he couldn't get into the University of Miami on an academic scholarship. Wasn't smart enough, so you went down to Tally Ho. Manny, I'm sick of your excuses, Manny. I'm sick of having a top 15 recruiting class and all of the fans blaming the players instead of blaming the mother freaking coaching, Manny. So now there was a fight that happened that there's no footage of, or at least I haven't seen any footage of it. I'm not going to say there isn't any footage of it. I need to backpedal a little bit. I haven't seen any footage of it. So maybe someone can get me straight with the footage. But at the end of the day, Manny, at the end of the day, you're the problem. Your father's the problem at what's going on at Miami right now. Look your mother freaking self in the mirror and man up. Because you are allowing the kids to be blamed for your lack of leadership, for your lack of being a man. At least Mark Richt fell on his shield. You, Manny Jr., are the same little boy that your father raised to be a little boy. We no longer have an Orange Bowl because of Manny Sr. We may not have a football team because of Manny Jr.